Our last stop is to look at soil improvement with Dr. Lynn Brandenburger. Lynn, I was really surprised earlier in the field day when you were talking about how low in organic matter our soils here in Oklahoma are. Why is this so?
Well, we live in the southern U.S. and we have a long growing season. We have a lot of hot weather, and the organisms, the bacteria, the fungi that are in the soil that break down organic matter work a lot faster when it's hot than they do when it's cold. And as a result of that, a lot of our soils have really gone way down in organic matter. One of the things that happens, this soil here, when we tested it the first time, was about between 0.3 to 0.5%. I mean, it's below 1% in organic matter, so it's very low. These soils here are very typical of what goes on all over the state. There's a lot of tillage that happens, and that again reduces the amount of organic matter. Agronomists are starting to encourage people to use no-till or conservation tillage.
Right.
And this is one of the reasons why.
And when we have more organic matter in our soils, we certainly have some benefits from that.
Oh you don't have to fertilize them quite as much. They hold water a little better, but they also drain a little better. It's easier to get a stand of plants from seed.
Right.
Because even if you get a pounding rain, if you've got that organic matter in there, the ground does not get as compacted. So it helps in a lot of ways. This study here is really a joint effort between Eric Staffney and myself, and then also Lynn Zhang out of Plant and Soil Sciences, who is he runs the soils lab for OSU.
And what ways are you looking at improving the soil here?
We're really looking at different ways to add organic matter. The first way we're looking at is cover crops. One of those cover crops is cowpea. And then another cover crop that we're looking at is hay grazer. It's a sorghum Sudan hybrid. And then we've got one treatment that actually is a combination of those two plants that are direct seeded into the plots.
And you also have a fallow area where you're going to compare unimproved?
Yes. We've got one of the treatments is just summer fallow, where we go in and we rototill during the summer to keep the weeds down, and that might happen 2 or 3 times during the summer. And then I guess the last treatment really is summer fallow, plus we're adding compost before planting. So we're physically adding in the organic matter rather than trying to grow it in place.
And what kind of compost are you using for that?
What we're using in this experiment is a spent mushroom compost.
And this is the first year for this study, correct?
Well, actually, it's the second year. Last year we got started on it, and then we grew some spinach last fall. And this year we're planning on growing strawberries. So we're in a 4-year study where we'll have, we'll grow spinach, then strawberries, then spinach, and then strawberries. So it's going to take 4 years to get through those cycles twice.
And you're going to look at the differences in plant growth.
We'll look at yield, look at the difference in plant growth, how easy it is to get a stand, and then we're also sampling to determine what our organic matter levels are going to be because of these different treatments.
And how they improve. Well, it'll be interesting to learn what works the best for improving our organic matter, and we'll have to come back and learn what we could do in our own gardens.
Organic matter is a great thing. It does some wonderful things for us in the garden.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us.
You take care.